The following is a special presentation of Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello once again, everybody. Big Polly coming to you, welcoming to another game here in the HTFL, our 83rd game on this channel. A big one today, Tampa Bay, who got off to a good start this season and has been in a free fall since, is taking on Houston, a rematch of a game a few weeks back where Tampa Bay won late with a late rally. And Houston at 8-8, not eliminated from the playoffs. Tampa Bay gets in with a pair of wins today and then against Atlanta next week. I will play as Houston, much to my chagrin, but we'll keep it straight and on the level. Reliant Stadium in Houston, Texas, the site for this game. Tom Brady leading, of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and has probably been the difference in how well they have done in season 2. The coin toss is going to go Tampa Bay's way. They have elected to defer. Houston will get the ball to start the first half. Of course, they are in blue. They are the Oilers, but they're not playing at the Astrodome. They play at Reliant Stadium. And Levias back deep, and we're underway from Houston, Texas. Levias took that at about the goal line, moved it up to the 29. Robinson making the stop for Tampa Bay. Offensively for Houston, it's Campbell and Cannon, your running backs. Johnson and Hopkins in the base formation anyway. They are the wide receivers. Owen Daniels at tight end. Deshaun Watson at quarterback. And the offensive line is Brown, Matthews, Myers, Munchak, and Jameson. The guards, Matthews and Munchak, seem to be the best players on the O-line. We'll go dive Earl Campbell on 1st and 10. But Tampa Bay playing short tight, so we're going to go to Andre Johnson instead. And they do not beat the coverage. Good coverage by Rondé Barber, and we'll get you through the Tampa Bay defense, which is going to be Leroy Selman, Cornelius Bennett, McCoy, and David Logan. Your linebackers, Brooks, David, and Hugh Green. The corners are Barber and Aqib Talib, and your safeties Lynch and Mark Barron. 2nd and 10, the ball at the 29 still for Houston, and I just had the computer call a play. And that is to Billy Cannon. A gain of 6. That was accidental. I thought I was on defense for some odd reason. And that was a shove out by Brooks at the 35 to set up 3rd down and 4. Charlie Hennigan coming into the game as an extra wide receiver. We'll see who defenses it for Tampa. And that's right over the middle to Hennigan. Could not have drawn that up any better. And Watson now over the 3,000-yard passing mark for the season. You see him there, or you see his silhouette, I guess you could say. And they brought in Donnie Abraham to play defensive back. When they went to the 3rd extra wide receiver. Off tackle left Campbell, 1st and 10 from the 44, and Campbell, a sledgehammer to that Tampa Bay defense, a gain of 11 yards. Of course, Tampa Bay got taken to the woodshed by Kansas City last week, 51-0, and I think that is the biggest blowout we have had yet on the HTFL over 2 seasons. Trap left Earl Campbell. I don't think we've ever had a game prior to that where 51 points was the difference. A gain of 7 as Earl Campbell just, as I said, sledgehammering through this D-line. Aqib Talib came up, made the tackle. So on 2nd and 3 from the 38, we're going to go deep to Hopkins. And you let it go. Is it there? No. Hopkins needs a breather, will return out a few plays. So that brings Hennigan in as a second tight end on 3rd and 3, meaning When we go to 3 wide, Jeffries comes in. Haywood Jeffries, who played on those 80s teams for the Oilers. This is a combination, by the way, of the Houston Oilers and the Houston Texans. Texans. The Oilers played in Houston until about the mid-late 90s, and then they got an expansion franchise not too long thereafter called, of course, the Houston Texans. So we take the old Oilers name, hitch to Jeffries on 3rd and 3 at the 38 of Tampa, and that's right on the money. A grab for 9 yards, setting up 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Watson has started 3 for 5, 24 yards. See what they do here. We'll go Billy Cannon on a screen out of LSU. And Cannon with a nice gain, 8 yards. And Houston keeping the ball rolling here against Tampa Bay. Of course, as we were just saying, gave up 51 against Kansas City last week. Long pass, play action to Hopkins. Instead, it's underneath to Earl Campbell, but we have a marker.
Encroachment, defense. Number 76, 5-yard penalty.
We will decline the penalty because it's a first down anyway, and it would have been a 5-yard gain either way. Back to Earl. Trap left. Tampa Bay with 8 in the box, and it really doesn't matter how many men you put in that Tampa Bay box. Earl Campbell's going to run over him. A gain of 7. He is now already up to 3 carries and 25 yards on the day. And we'll go back to Campbell on a dive. 4-2 defense displayed by Tampa Bay, but you got a lot of them playing in the box. A gain of 4 to set up 1st and goal from the 5. And we'll try to be merciful here and end it quick. Trap right, Earl Campbell, double tight end set. And he's in there. Touchdown, Houston. Houston, right now, you do not have a problem. It's 6-0. Del Greco for the point after. It is good. And it's 7-0. Houston over, I wouldn't say the surging Buccaneers, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a definite malaise. 8:06 left, first quarter. It's Wilson, Blunt, and Humphreys back deep. For the Buccaneers, it's going to be taken by Wilson at the 4. He will move it up.
Illegal block
To the 34, team. But it's going to come back on an illegal block by Derek Brooks. So offensively for Tampa Bay, their starters, Dunn and Alstott at running back. Johnson and Carrier are your wideouts. Giles is the tight end. Gronk is out. Brady is your quarterback, and the offensive line, Gruber, Marpet, Mayberry, Middleton, and Penn. Not a great offensive line, but hey, they won a lot of games early in the season. 1st and 10 from the 11. And Brady is back. He's got good protection, but the throw was in traffic to Keyshawn Johnson, deflected by Webster for an incompletion. Defensively for Houston, their best defensive player is J.J. Watt. He is a 10+. Williams, Childress, and Culp make up the front 4. Brazil, Ryans, and Webster are your linebackers. Farr, Dishman, Bishop, and Reinfeldt are your defensive backfield. So look for Tampa Bay to throw on them. They're not going to have too much luck against the front 7. A deep ball, incomplete, looking for Jimmy Giles, who was playing in favor of Rob Gronkowski today. He is injured. 3rd and 10 for the 11, and that's not a good sign for Tampa. But Giles finds the handle on that catch, a gain of 13. Reinfeldt on the stop for Houston. 1st and 10 at the 24. It's Brady going deep again, but that's got to be pass interference,
Pass interference, right? Defense. Number 37, automatic, 1st down.
Brady will get those kind of calls for Tampa Bay, and that was a 23-yard penalty. Did not catch who, but it'll be a 1st and 10 for Tampa at their own 47 as they move the ball up the field now with the aid of that penalty. Giles again, a good catch. He's becoming a force to be reckoned with early in this game. A gain of 12, and it's 1st and 10 from the Houston 41-yard line. And this is a catch for Keyshawn. No, not Keyshawn, but Jimmy Giles again. A gain of 9. That's going to set up second and a yard from the 32. Houston leading at this point in the game, 7-0. There's Keyshawn. I was a little ahead of myself there. A gain of 12 on that play. First and 10 at the Houston 20. Tampa can ensure their place in the playoffs. Another catch by Keyshawn, a gain of 8 yards. Dishman on the stop. It's going to be second and 2. Tampa Bay can ensure their spot in the playoffs just by winning out. And that's a touchdown. That went to Mark Carrier, his 10th grab for a TD this season, 37 on the year for Tom Terrific out of the University of Michigan. And it is 7-6. Thomas Edward Brady, the extra point good. It is 7-all with Husted putting that through. 3:26 left in the opening quarter, and Levias is back deep along with Johnson and somebody else who I didn't catch. Levias, not a bad return, 21 yards out to the 21, took it at the goal line. So you got an irresistible force in Earl Campbell against movable objects, the throwing arm of Tom Brady here. Campbell will carry, and he will gain 9 yards. Hugh Green on the tackle after a gain of 9. And on 2nd and 1, we'll go deep to Hopkins. Play action bomb. Tampa Bay playing short and tight, so this may work. And Tampa Bay smells the rat coming, and they call a timeout. They have 2 remaining this half. We'll go back to Earl. Trap left, but again, Tampa Bay playing that short, tight jazz. So we'll go medium fly to Andre Johnson, number 10. And Johnson beating the defense as Deshaun went over the top, a gain of 15 yards. 1st and 10 at the 45. We did the first Houston-Tampa Bay game in Tampa a few weeks ago. Go look that game up because it was a thriller. 1st and 10 at the 45. Tampa Bay making a desperate comeback late to win. Sweep right. It's the only win they've had in recent weeks. And Campbell finally stopped for a loss. It was 3 yards, and he went square into the grill of Derek Brooks, and that's a 3-yard loss for the Houston Oilers. We'll look to Hennigan on a medium cross on 2nd and 13. And that was batted down at the line by Leroy Selman, we think. And Selman is out for the game. He pulled his hamstring. Nothing worse than a pulled hammy. And Adrian Claiborne will come in for the remainder of the game at one of the defensive end positions for Tampa Bay. And that is not good news for Tampa. We'll put Watson in the gun, and we're going to go to Andre Johnson, 3rd and 13. And instead he goes deep, and he finds Dominic Davis. That was a gain of 39. And Mark Cotney is now out of the game. That was the longest catch this season for Davis. So now you got Abraham and you got this gentleman, Brian Kelly, in as extra defensive backs. 1st and 10 from the 19, and here come the Oilers again. 1:05 left. We're in the waning moments of the first quarter. Trap right, Earl Campbell, 8 in the box for the Bucs. And this time it works. Cornelius Bennett on the stop for Tampa Bay. A 7-7 tie. 2nd and 11 from the 20-yard line. Hopkins, slant play. Medium slant. And we have a marker.
Pass interference, defense. Number 20, automatic, 1st down.
They're going to book Rondé Barber for pass interference in the end zone. So it's now 1st and goal from the 1. Well, simple play here. We just give it inside to Earl Campbell, and he should score. And he does. 2nd touchdown of the day for Earl. That is his 16th rushing touchdown. Let's just double check here. And yeah, Campbell scored from 5, and now he has scored from 1. And it'll be 14-7 here in a moment. And Del Greco proves me right. So we have played a quarter, 14-7, Houston leading. Tampa Bay, no rushes so far in this game. 8 plays, all of them passes, 66 yards. For Houston, 19 plays, 10 of them rushes. They have gained 131. Wilson, Blunt, and Humphreys back deep for the Buccaneers. And we have a fumble recovered by Houston. Perry forced the fumble. Williams came up with it. And Houston can get an early break here and go up more than a score. Play action medium fly to Andre Hopkins. 1st and 10 from the 24. That is incomplete. So Houston runs on the inside with Earl Campbell, but a marker before the play.
False start. Offense. Number 81, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
So Daniels with the false start. It's going to make it 2nd and 15. We'll screen it to Campbell. Use him as a receiver. And Campbell with a lot of room. Gain of 10. And that's going to set up 3rd and 5. They'll stay in the 3 wide, which brings Abraham in as the extra tight end. The extra defensive back, I'm sorry. We'll go Andre on a short cross on 3rd and 5 from the 19. That is incomplete. Del Greco being summoned to the field. He'll try a 36-yard field goal to make it more than a score game, but it's blocked. And this is blocked, recovered by Rondé Barber, and Tampa Bay stays within a score. 1st and 10 at their own 27. 13:45 left in the half. They have yet to run the ball, and they still will have yet to run the ball, as that was a throw to Mike Alstott out of Purdue. Gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5 from the 32. Brady looking for Mark Carrier, but he was double covered. Actually, it was Johnson who was double covered. Traffic kind of converged on Carrier, though. Incomplete. 3rd and 5. And Brady still has not called a run on the play. And that was a gain of 5. Could be a first. Could also not be a first. The odds don't favor the call, so I'm just going to give him the first down. 1st and 10 at the 37 now of Tampa. Finally, they call a running play. This was Dunn gaining 2 yards. Warwick Dunn, a great player out of the University of Florida State, was a great screen catcher. 2nd and 8 from the 39. And he proved at times with the Buccaneers and with Florida State. And this is Dunn losing 4 yards, tackled by Williams. 3rd and 12. And here's Brady looking over the middle, finding Keyshawn Johnson, and it's good for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 47. Brady has started 9 for 12, 88 yards, 1 touchdown.
False start. Offense. Number 12, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
And Brady gets called for the false start there. Thomas Edward Brady. 1st and 15. The ball at the 42. And this throw incomplete, looking for Mark Carrier. That is Mark Carrier, the wide receiver for the Bucs, not Mark Carrier, the defensive back for the Bears. 2nd and 15, 2 different people. 2nd and 15, they go for Keyshawn, and that was incomplete. 3rd and 15 now. It's Brady finding number 83. That is Mark Carrier for a gain of 16 yards and a first down. Ball is now at the Houston 42, 9:38 left until halftime.
Holding. Offense. Number 74, 10-yard penalty.
So that negates that throw to Jimmy Giles, makes it 1st and 20 from the 48 of Tampa. Back on the minus side of the field. And here is Warwick Dunn with a gain of 10. And that puts him over 1,000 on the season. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 42. Remember, we play an 18-game schedule.
Encroachment. Defense. Number 94, 5-yard penalty. Repeat,
So
2nd down.
that 2nd down now turns to 2nd and 5. Ball at the Houston 37. Brady on the mark, throwing to Jimmy Giles. Giles so far today, he's caught the ball 4 times for 40 yards. Brady now 11 of 16 for 110 and a touch. 1st and 10 at the Houston 31. And that's deep to Carrier. Carrier to the house on that. No question about that. 38th touchdown throw for Tom Brady. And now Carrier with 11 touchdown grabs. Your extra point to tie the game. Good. And we have a 14-all tie. 7:05 left to go till halftime. It's Levias, Johnson, and Slayton is the other kick returner that I forgot earlier. And here's Levias. Took it at about the 5, chugged it up to the 37. Actually, they're saying he caught it at the 6. So that's a 31-yard return. Earl Campbell, the hot hand so far, 9 carries for 40 yards. We'll go to him. Trap to the right side. 8 in the box for Tampa. And Campbell slogging his way to a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Play action. Medium pass to Hopkins on 2nd. And that ball's incomplete. So now 3rd and 3. We'll sell out the pass, but we're going to go trap right to Earl Campbell and hope the rushing lanes are open, and they are. Gain of 11. And it's 1st and 10 at the Tampa Bay 45 now. Back to Campbell. Trap to the right side. I think Houston has sensed weakness in the middle of that line, and Earl Campbell with a gain of 11 to the Tampa Bay 34, I should say. Campbell now 12 carries, 69 yards. And we'll try a play-action medium pass to Hopkins here. 1st and 10 from the 34 of Tampa. That is incomplete. Well covered was number 10. Hopkins. So now 2nd and 10 from the Tampa Bay 34. A 14-all tie right now. Tampa Bay wins out their last 2 games. They will make the playoffs. Earl Campbell. And that is a gain of 3. 3rd and 7. The ball at the 31. We'll go Andre Johnson on the short cross. And that is batted at the line by Claiborne. Del Greco, a 57% chance he can hit from 48. Had one blocked earlier, but this is dead. Solid. Perfect. And we have a new score of Houston 17 and Tampa Bay 14. 3:29 left to go in this opening half. Wilson back deep for Tampa. Caught it about the 5. He chugs it up past the 30, out to the 33. The return goes 28 yards. Very quickly, Tampa Bay goes to work. Done on the handoff. No gain there. 2nd and 10 at the 33. Brady sacked by Curly Culp. And that sets up 3rd and 16. I'm not going to call timeouts yet, because Tampa Bay could get a first down marker.
Offsides. Defense. Number 78, 5-yard penalty.
What Curly Culp giveth, Curly Culp taketh away. 3rd and 11, the ball at the 32. 2:23 left to go. And that is a gain for Allstott of 5 yards. And I'm not going to call a timeout on 4th and 6. Do they get the punt off before the 2-minute warning? They do not. So 4th and 6 at the 37. Houston leading 17-13. And the punt, something happened on the punt to make the ball go to the 41. It was a return for Johnson of 11 yards on a punt that went 33. Screen to Campbell on 1st and 10 at the 41. Houston, I think, has all 3 timeouts left. Oh, nothing there. Loss of a yard. And Houston will immediately call time. Each team with 2 timeouts and their challenge remaining. Hennigan over the middle on a slant. Bucs playing a 4-2 nickel. That is incomplete. 3rd and 11. They'll look to Hennigan again on a medium crossing route. Watson is 9 for 18 for 100 yards. Tampa playing deep, loose defensively. That is a catch. Did he get the first? He did. Gain of 12. So no huddle, and Houston will hurry to the line. And they'll look to Owen Daniels on a slant. 1st and 10 at the Bucs 48. And that throw, a catch by Hennigan for 5. We'll stay in the no huddle because we only have 2 timeouts left and we're down to 1:09. Medium pass to Hopkins on 2nd and 5. And that is on the mark. Hopkins, a gain of 12. Caught 8 against New England for 137 yards, and we'll call time, leaving Houston with 1 timeout and 45 seconds to work with. And we're going to do the old 3 wide receivers and run play. Here's Earl Campbell. Oh, a busted play there. Watson was on the move. Bennett brought him down after a loss of a yard. 39 seconds. And Houston will hurry. They have a 2nd and 11. They have 39 seconds to work with. That is caught by Hopkins. 20 seconds now. Eesh. This is not enough time to run a play. We'll call time. Because we would snap it somewhere between 5 to 9 seconds left, and the clock might expire if we did it that way. Hopkins, medium out, get out of bounds as soon as you can. 1st and 10 from the 18. That is incomplete. I want to keep that 1 timeout in my pocket. 2nd and 10, the ball at the 18. We'll have Earl Campbell run with it. Trap to the right side, then we'll call time. Try to make this the last play of the half. A gain of just 2 yards, 9 seconds to go. Oh, I don't have any timeouts. Well, let's see if we can get a play in here. Del Greco hurrying on the field, and they do not get it off. They do not get it. I forgot I had no timeouts. So that's how the first half ends. Maybe a break here for the Buccaneers as they trail, going to halftime to score. Houston 17 and Tampa Bay 14. We'll be back in just a moment. So we're back to bring you the second half of play. My apologies for my clumsiness and forgetting the fact that I had no timeouts, which sometimes happens. I didn't. Trust me, I would love to see Tampa Bay win, but the computer's going to have to do it for them. I'm not trying to help them out here. So Houston ran 38 plays, 216 yards, 23 of those plays passes. I'm sure they would love to rush the ball a little more in this second half. Tampa Bay, 22 plays, 148 yards. And we'll kick it off. Wilson back deep for Tampa Bay. Remember, they won the toss and they deferred. And, well, something happened there. I'm not getting specific information. Wilson brought it out to the 30, not the 20. So I'm not getting accurate information on these returns. 1st and 10 from the 30. Brady 13 of 18. Goes deep, looking for Carrier. He's got his man. 20, 10, 5. He's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 1 play is all they needed. And Tom Brady now has thrown for over 5,000 yards this season, kind of like as he did in the 2021 campaign, 5,001 yards after that big play to Mark Carrier. 1 play, 70 yards. That's all they needed. The extra point by Husted is good, and it's 21-17 with 14:30. A long way to go in quarter number 3. Levias is back deep. Takes it at the goal line. And Levias returned it out to the 21, a 21-yard return. So, if Tampa Bay wins, and Tampa Bay and Houston are the only teams tied for a playoff position, Tampa Bay would get the nod on the head-to-head sweep. Stretch with Earl Campbell, 1st and 10 at the 21. And Campbell with a nice gain, 7 yards. 15 carries for him for 81 yards. Pitch to Campbell on 2nd and 3. And does Campbell get that first down? He does, a gain of 4. 16 carries, 85 yards. We'll go Cannon, trap right, just to give Campbell a bit of a break. And Billy Cannon with a 3-yard gain. Rondé Barber came up, made the tackle there. 2nd and 7, the ball at the 35 of Houston. Back to Earl Campbell. A trap to the right side. And Campbell will gain 6. It's 3rd and a yard. Triple tight end formation now, which brings Reed and Groman into the game. Dive for Campbell. Hey, did he get it? Did he get it? He's short by a few inches. 4th and inches at the 42. I don't think Tampa Bay will, Houston will take any chances. They'll bring in Jim Norton to punt it. And that was a return by Humphreys, 11 yards. The punt went 44. So the net will be 33. So Tampa Bay taking over. 1st and 10 at the 25. 10:40 left in the third quarter. There's Allstott up the gut. A couple of yards. Ryans on the tackle. 2nd and 8 from the 27. And Brady handing it off to Dunn. Tampa Bay, including that carry by Dunn, has only rushed the ball 6 times. 3rd and 6 at the 29. Dunn did not get the first. He gained 4 yards. We'll set up for the return. Johnson with it. Or no, Johnson didn't get to it. The punt went to the sideline. It went 35 yards out at the 32. So a good game here in Houston. Tampa Bay leading 21-17. Continue to watch and see if Tampa Bay can make the HTFL playoffs. They were way off the mark last year. Trap left to Earl Campbell. Unknown defense being deployed. Well, 4-3. We know that. And Campbell with 6 yards is 2 yards now shy of 100 at 98. We'll look to Owen Daniels on a short cross, 2nd and 4. That is incomplete. Cannon might be hurt, but he's going to stay in the game. Trap right, Earl Campbell on 3rd and 4. This is an interesting play call. And Campbell into the secondary, so I guess you can't question it. And that puts him way over 100 on the day. He's at 20 carries, 111 yards. 1st and 10 at the 49. He has scored both touchdowns so far for Houston. Trapped left Earl on 1st and 10 from the 49. And that's another 3 yards. We'll pitch to Billy Cannon here on 2nd and 7 just to spread the wealth a little bit. And a fumble here recovered by who?
Offsides. Defense. Number 77, 5-yard penalty.
Andre Johnson recovering the fumble, but there was a penalty against Tampa Bay irregardless. So it's 2nd and 2. The ball is at the 41. We're going to try the Bamba again to Hopkins. And that was batted at the line, we thought. Incomplete. Cannon's going to stay in the game. Watson coming to the sidelines. He is out for the game, so enter Matt Schaub for the remainder of this contest, who has seen action so far in this year with Houston. And we're going to trap it right with Earl Campbell, 3rd and 2 from the 41. He gets the first down, a pickup of 7. Play action, long pass. We'll give a little heat check here to Hopkins. 1st and 10 from the 34. There it goes. Right on the money to Hopkins. He scores. Touchdown, Houston. And Houston retaking the lead, 23-21. Your point after. We had a great game between these two teams last time, and El Greco putting it through. It's 24-21 with 4:52 left in the quarter number 3. Wilson back deep for Tampa Bay. He takes it about the 6, and he's got a lot of room out to the 40. No penalties on that. That's a 34-yard return. So Brady setting up at his own 40. He is 14 for 19, 3 touchdowns, 216 yards. First and 10 from the 40. Incomplete. Brady was looking to Giles that time, Jimmy Giles. Second and 10 on the 40. Played on those great teams in the late 70s, early 80s. Allstott, a gain of 3 yards. That sets up third and 7 from the 43. Brady patiently looking for Giles and finding him. A gain of 8 for a first down. I'm going to pause for a moment to sneeze. I thank you. And it's first and 10 at the 49 of Houston. So it's 24-21, back and forth game between these two. And that's a throw and a catch to Mark Carrier, who has 136 yards on the day. Having a great game. Second and 3, 3:07 now left in the third. And that went to Jimmy Giles. A 6-yard gain, 18 for 20. 4 for 240 is Brady. Giles now moves to 6 catches and 54 yards. First and 10 at the 36. Keyshawn with that grab. Hey, 19, a gain of 8. And that's another completion for Tom Brady. 19 of 25, 248. Second and 2 at the 28. And that was done. Not an inch there. Webster on the stop. Third and 2 yards to go. Ball at the 28. And this is done. Dunn will get the first down, a gain of 5. And that does it for the third quarter. It's 24-21 in favor of Houston. Tampa Bay with 34 plays, 60. Having a hard time reading this. 263 is what it looks like, and if I get it wrong, then you know what the right number was. Houston, 50 plays and even 300 yards. 25 of the plays Tampa Bay have called have been passes. 26 of Houston's plays have also been passes. First and 10 from the Houston 23. Brady with a lot of time, but that was deflected by Farr and an incompletion intended for Mark Carrier. Second and 10 at the 23. That is Dunn, gaining 3 yards. Third and 7, the ball at the 20. And that's Keyshawn, a gain of 9 and a first down. A new set of downs for Tampa Bay. Brady on target most of this game, 20 for 27, 257 yards. First and 10 at the 11. Brady finding Carrier and finding 6 points. 40th touchdown throw of the season for Tom. From Tampa Tom, TB12. And the 13th such grab for Mark Carrier. 4th of the day for Tom Brady. Your point after is good by Michael Husted. And it's 28-24. We have 13:24 left. A Jim Dandy of a game going on. Fourth quarter. Levias back deep. He'll take it at about the 3, it appeared. He chugs it up to the 30. A gain of 27 on the return. We'll go Campbell on a trap left. First and 10. And Campbell gaining 2. McCoy. Gerald McCoy. I think that's Gerald McCoy. Let's just double check it. Yes, he is. Out of Oklahoma. A 9 defensive tackle. He made the tackle there. It is second and 8 at the 32. Hopkins on a medium slant route on second and 8. But instead it went to Andre Johnson, a gain of 5. Rondé Barber making the tackle. Third and 3. We're going to hold our breath and hope Earl Campbell can get 3 on a dive. And he cannot. 2-yard gain. 4th and inches. Well, I am sensing the game may be on the line here. I'm going to use Campbell again. Dive play. Yes, we're going to go for it. 4th and 1. This deep on our side of the field. And Campbell short. Derek Brooks making a tackle. And now Tampa Bay in business. was feeling the game slip away from Houston, so I decided to go for it on fourth down. And I know I'll get people saying, oh, you wanted Tampa Bay to win, right? You admitted that. Well, not really. First and 10 at the 40. Brady, incomplete, but a marker.
Pass interference, defense. Number 20, automatic, first down.
Farr called for pass interference, first and 10 at the 34. Mike Evans coming in, and he will play down here as the right split end. First and 10 at the 33. Mark Carrier has had quite a day. And that was a throw to Keyshawn over the middle, incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33. And this is done, gaining 1 yard. Everybody goes for it on fourth anyway, especially in the NFL these days. Look at the LA Chargers, the last few games they played this season that just went by. Third and 9 at the 32. And Brady could not find Evans. So Houston comes on for a 49-yard field goal try, which is good, and it's 31-24 in favor of Tampa. If Houston loses, they are not out of the playoffs. They'll be 8-9. They'll be within a game of whoever is in 16th place at 9-8. We know Pittsburgh lost because we had that game for you Monday, and we had a six-way tie, 11 through 16th at 9-8. So we just guaranteed with Pittsburgh's loss that the cut line will be 9-8. It will just be a matter of which team will be on that cut. First and 10. Well, actually, no. It's a kick from the 35 because we just had a field goal. Levias taking it at the 4. And that is
Holding,
up to the 21.
Team.
But a holding penalty by Farr on the kickoff, and it's first and 10 from the 9. 9:45 to go. Trap right, Earl Campbell, and a marker.
False start. Offense. Number 80, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So it's now first and 15 from the 4. Trap right, Earl Campbell. 8 in the box for Tampa. And we'll just have to wait for the play-by-play description here. Gain of 3 for Campbell. Bennett on the stop at the 7. So it will now be second and 12. We're going to screen to Billy Cannon here, second and 12 from the 7. And that is incomplete. Now, on that 4th and 1 play, I had an 85% chance of being successful. So, how was I to know that that play would wind up being not good for a yard? Hennigan over the middle on 3rd and 12. Schaub. And that's going to be an underneath throw to Daniels. That's going to be way short of the first. 4 yards short. And they'll bring in Jim Norton to punt. And now the Houston defense has to hold Tampa Bay, which they haven't been able to do, especially with Brady throwing all day. And that was fair caught by Humphreys. Punt going 47 yards. First and 10 at the 38. 8:03 to go. Allstott. A gain of 2 yards. Williams on the stop for Houston. 7:54 left in the 4th. Bucs leading by 7. Here is Dunn with a 4-yard gain. Williams again making the tackle. 3rd and 4. Ball at the 44. And did they get the first? They do. Carrier was injured on that play. We're going to challenge the spot. We might as well.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. A timeout will be charged.
So Houston loses a timeout and they're challenged the remainder of the game. 6:18 left. Bucs leading by 7, looking for more. Pitch to Dunn, and Dunn will gain 7 yards. On the day, Dunn, 13 carries, 38 yards. That sets up 2nd and 3 from the 45 of Houston. That is an incompletion. Brady now 21 of 31, 268, 4 touchdowns. 3rd and 3. The ball at the 45. And Allstott trapped behind the line. A 1-yard loss. We'll watch for the fake punt with 5:18 to go. And that goes to the sidelines. That was Bidwell punting it to the 9-yard line of Houston. So 4:34, not a lot of time for Houston to go to work. Trap left Earl Campbell, 1st and 10 from the 9, and he will gain 6 yards. And Houston will hurry here. And they will go back to Earl Campbell, trap right. And he will get the first down. Possible penalty, but they pick it up. 1st and 10, 4:02 left to go. They'll go to 3 wide. Remember, the Oilers have to score a touchdown here. Hitch to Hennigan. We're in the last 4:02. And that's right on the money. Hennigan with a gain of 14. 3:12 left now. The Bucs lead 31-24. Trap right, Earl Campbell. And he will gain 5 more yards. He's up to 145 on the day. And we'll look to Owen Daniels on a cross, 2nd and 5. He's got it, and that's a gain of 11. How much time? They're going to go to the 2-minute warning. They can't really use Campbell here. It's 1st and 10 at the 50, and they need a touchdown, just to tie. Cross, DeAndre Hopkins, 1st and 10 from midfield. The throw is on the mark, a gain of 11. And Houston will hurry. They'll go no huddle. We have 1:50 left. They have 2 timeouts, Tampa Bay with 3. Hitch to Hopkins. And that's another catch for DeAndre. A gain of 13 yards. That moves Hopkins to 5 catches and 84. 1:30 left. They're now at the Tampa Bay 28. You want to score, but you don't want to score too quick. 1:30 left. How about Hennigan on a medium slant? And he's got it. Gain of 8 yards. 2nd and 2. They'll stay in that no huddle. And they're going to actually run a running play. Trap left to Earl Campbell. He will gain enough for the first down. 2 yards. He's at 30 carries, 147 yards. Now, Houston calls time. 52 seconds left to go. They're at the 16 of Tampa Bay. Hitch to Andre Johnson. Is the intended play. That is incomplete. They'll go 4 wide, which brings in, hang on. 4 wide brings in Johnson, Hopkins, Hennigan, and Jeffries. And we'll go medium out to Jeffries on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete. 3rd and 10. Abraham and Kelly in. Screen to Davis with 43 seconds left. Complete. Davis to the 10. Davis to the 5. Down to the 2.
Offsetting penalties.
Oh, but it's coming back.
Down.
3rd and 10. 29 seconds to go. How about Hopkins over the middle on a slant? Watson could not find him there. 4th and 10. 24 seconds to go. So this is the ball game, folks. And we're going to go medium out to Hopkins. And yes, I want to call this play. 1st and 10 from the Tampa. 4th and 10. 4th and 10. That is incomplete. And Tampa Bay is going to win this one. With 19 seconds to go, Brady could just take a couple of knees. Instead, they get the all-start. Ooh. I call timeout, and now Brady will take that victory formation. The Bucs are going to win. If they win next week, they will be going to the playoffs. They're almost there now at 10-8. And your score 31-24 in favor of the Bucs. Houston at 8-9 has not been eliminated yet because we're going to have a 9-8 team in 16th place. It's just a matter of who is it going to be. MVP was Mark Carrier. And the yardage, Houston had more yards, 396, but they misfired 3 times in the red zone while Tampa Bay was perfect. Houston looked like 70 plays to Tampa Bay's 59. Your player stats for this game, Brady 21 for 31. He came up big when he needed to. 268, 4 touchdowns, 1 sack given up. Earl Campbell, 30 plays, 147 yards. We had Carrier and Giles each with 6 grabs. But the yardage leader was Mark Carrier at 147. So the Bucs, if they win next week, will indeed make the playoffs, because 11 wins will get you in even now. And your leading tackler, we had 3. We had Bennett, we had Abraham, and we had Reinfeldt for Houston, the first 2 being with Tampa Bay. So that was quite a game, huh? So Tampa Bay now 10-7. An outside chance, but I don't know what the tiebreakers would be if we had a 3-way tie. If Dallas lost twice and Miami lost once, Tampa Bay got swept by Dallas, so Tampa Bay could not win the division that way. Our game next tomorrow will be a gym dandy between San Francisco and Denver. Denver at 12-4. A win coupled with a Kansas City loss, which we'll do in the recap against Seattle, would give them the West Division. Nobody has clinched a division yet, surprisingly. Even Cleveland at 13-3 could still get caught by Chicago. So we still have a little drama as we head to these last few games, these last 7 games that we'll be televising from the regular season of the HTFL Season 2. Then a week from Monday coming up, which will be May 9th, we will start our Season 2 playoffs. The way I'm hoping we could do it on Action PC Football, I'm not totally sure that I can. I know I've been able to do it before, is the division winners will get a 2-week bye. The next 4 teams, 5, 6, 7, and 8, will get a 1-week bye, and then 9 to 16 will battle it out in the opening week. So it's a 5-week playoff, 15 games, and if I can't do it that way, we'll just do single elimination. This has been Big Paulie coming to you, wishing you all well, Godspeed and God bless, and we'll be back with you tomorrow, Lord willing, and if the creek doesn't rise. Bye-bye for now, everybody.